How we think the media should move forward. The first one, and a very critical one given the context we are in. The government should not do anything that denies the free flow of information to the public. I repeat that. The government should not do anything that denies the free flow of information to the public. We say this because we have received reports of plans to shut down the broadcast media and to shut down the internet and throw the country into information darkness ahead of tomorrow's demonstrations. This would be most ill-advised and a grievous assault on Kenya's democracy, because it denies the Kenyan citizens and the Kenyan public their rights to information. From the media perspective, taking this route will sink us all as a country. Number two, we acknowledge that the right to peaceful assembly is a foundation of a democratic and tolerant society, as enshrined in our Constitution 2010. And we, the media, have a democratic duty to bring such information to the public and to our citizens. However, we note with concern the wave of attacks, both online and offline, meted against media workers in their line of duty. Number three, while safety of journalists should be guaranteed, the Kenya Media Sector Working Group notes with alarm the increasing number of journalists targeted by law enforcement officers. Since the demonstrations by the Azimio La Umoja coalition began on March 20th this year, we have documented more than 20 cases of attacks and violations against journalists, including harassment, arbitrary arrests, and physical attacks, with state actors responsible or encouraging a significant proportion of these attacks. Number four, we take great exception to the profiling of the media and the blunt threats by the Deputy President, by the Prime Cabinet Secretary, and by the Inspector General of Police. Such sentiments coming from offices with prime responsibility of protecting the media are shocking and unfortunate. We call upon all actors in Kenya to stop profiling and attacking of journalists, as any attack on journalists is an attack on our democracy. Number five, we demand that the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Inspector General of the Police and the Independent Policing Oversight Authority to ensure accountability for all threats and violence against journalists through impartial, prompt, thorough, and independent and effective investigations. We call upon them to bring to book the perpetrators behind these attacks while ensuring access to effective remedies and compensation to the victims.
Okay. This is a joint statement. We will try and help each other in reading the statement. So I'll pick from where the President has left. Number 6, we demand that the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, addresses the nation to give an update on the status of investigation so far and plan for prosecution of the attackers. In this regard, we hereby issue a statement to the DPP, a 7-day ultimatum to deliver a statement on the status of investigations and prosecution of those culpable. We also ask upon the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, to update on the nation on the status of investigations of police brutality against our journalists. Number 7, Article 34(2) of the Kenyan Constitution makes it very clear that the state shall not interfere with any person engaged in broadcasting, production, or circulation of any publication or dissemination of information by any medium, or penalize any person for any opinion or view of the content of any broadcast or publication. We also demand that the government commits to compensating journalists already armed, including paying for their medical treatment and replacing damaged or lost equipment, failure to which media houses should consider blacking out government events. When it comes to live coverage, our policy position stands that in every media house, while entitled to do live coverage, needs to have the proper equipment and deploy the proper technology that can allow delayed relay on the feed of the live coverage that may be used for purposes of incitement and vilification of others. We also demand that the government broadcasters are encouraged to conduct proper risk assessment and to deploy equipped personnel and technology that can ensure coverage that adheres to the highest journalistic standards and ethics. Media houses must also prioritize safety and welfare of journalists covering conflict situations. This is one of them. We demand that clear safety and protection protocols before they employ journalists or deploy journalists to cover situations that are potentially violent. Journalists deployed must be properly insured against such risks and must be provided with proper personal protective equipment, PPEs. Number 12, while we acknowledge welfare issues facing media houses already, we demand that the media houses commit to a plan to settle journalistic outstanding salary arrears and statutory remittances to respective authorities for the benefit of journalists. Number 13, while media freedom is effectively guaranteed under the Constitution of Kenya, existence of other laws that are inimical to media freedom continues to hamper investment to the media sector. We therefore demand for a review of these legislations. To ensure sustainability of media houses, policies need to be put in place that encourage reinvestment of profits into the local media industry. Finally, number 15, media sector associations reiterate their commitment or our commitment collectively here to see that the media sector fosters cohesion and solidarity. Collectively, we reiterate our commitment to freedom of expression and media freedom and stress that the government of Kenya has a responsibility to take action to accelerate greater accountability and the respect of the rule of law.
Thank you so much. I will just briefly tell you a few things in Kiswahili. Sisi kama viongozi na wanahabari tulikusanyika hapa ili tuweze kuangalia yale matatizo ambazo na changamoto ambazo tunakumbana nazo kama waandishi wa habari, na tuna ujumbe. Ujumbe ya kwanza ni ya kwamba tuna habari ya kwamba kesho serikali iko na nia ya kufunga televisheni na redio kadhaa kesho pamoja na internet, ili Wakenya wasijue ni nini itakachotendeka kesho. Tunatoa ilani ya kwamba iwapo serikali itachukua hatua hiyo, itachukua mwelekeo huo, basi hatutakuwa na nchi. Maanake tunajua kwamba waandishi wa habari wasipokuwa kule ambapo tutakuwa na maandamano, basi kuna mambo kadhaa ambazo zitatendeka na Kenya kama